We had that was the first time I decided to go live on Facebook as well. So for those of you, if you wanted to, you're more than welcome to go to my page and click the share button and share that presentation. Of course, you can't see the PowerPoint, but a lot of great information, and you can use that just as a value add, right? There's a lot of people that are out there that are just curious about cryptocurrency right now, and you'll notice that the strategy that we've used to build this business is we're using more of an education approach, right? Instead of, hey, look, come look at my business meeting, come look at my business opportunity. We're coming from a place of, look, cryptocurrency is hot right now. Do you want to learn about just cryptocurrency? There's a great educational seminar that's happening on Saturday morning. There's a great, crypto mining seminar that's happening on Monday night. And so it's really kind of a very soft approach. So for those of you guys that sometimes get a little intimidated about reaching out to people, I don't want my people to feel like I'm trying to sell them anything. It makes it really easy because all you're doing is you're just saying, look, cryptocurrency is something that I've recently got involved with. I'm super excited about it. Here's a webinar that I recently attended, and super excited to be learning more. And just share that with your peers and your groups, and just let people know, hey, if you're interested in learning a little bit more, get in touch with me. So, that's out there on my personal page as well. So let's go start with a couple of announcements first of all. So number one, you maybe heard a little bit today, but we are scheduled. It is hard scheduled for April 1st to show up on Etherscan. So this is really cool. So as far as miners that are mining Ethereum, we are already in the top 15 miners in the world for Ether mining. And we've only been at it for about 3 months. Top 15 in the world. We've only been at it for 3 months. It won't be long before we get into the top 10 and even the top 5. I mean, guys, we're just getting started. So that's a big deal. Top 15 in the world in Ether mining. We just started. We have some of the top miners that are in the world that are running this equipment for us. Like, we have these guys are brilliant. For those of you that are wondering, Mac IDs will go out with all of the contracts starting on April 1st as well. So all of the IDs are going to be going out. So also they are in April going to be creating some validation videos from the facilities. What's really cool is the mining company that we've partnered with, these guys, by the way, they're already, some people will say, well, how come you're not, what are you doing right now if you're not showing up on the Etherscan? Just so you understand, we've partnered with one of the largest mining companies in the world, and they already are showing up on the Etherscan. But our company, what they're doing is they've agreed to facilitate or fulfill all of our contracts. In fact, they've taken a facility and dedicated the entire facility in Romania specifically to our company. And what's cool about that is that we'll be able to go and take tours there, and we'll be able to create marketing videos from there. But we wanted not just them to show up on Etherscan, we wanted us to show up on the blockchain personally as a company. And so we've gone through the steps to be able to do that. And we're super excited about that. So that's coming on April 1st. We haven't talked about this much, but I think it's important that we do. The next event for this company, and it actually will be a Kuvera event, and I was kind of holding back because I wanted to see if it was going to be a Wealth Generators branded or a Kuvera branded event. But the next event is in August, and it's in Las Vegas, which is just such a boring city to go to. I know that a lot of you, it's not a lot of fun when you go there, but listen, anyways, it's in Las Vegas, and it's at the Red Rock Convention. And I'm just thinking that this would be a great place for Crypto Club to kind of show up and just let the company know that we plan on owning it. I don't know about you guys, but that's my plan, is we're going to own this company. Crypto Club is going to take over. And so what I envision is we show up with Crypto Club gear on, we're all branded out. And that's really going to be the first event and I think it's important because all of these new trading bots and all these different things that are coming out, it'll give us an opportunity to truly learn about that. You can actually buy your register in the back office and get your tickets. It's far enough out that you can start planning on it now and maybe even start putting a little bit of money aside, maybe put, I don't know, $10, $20 a week into a little tip jar or something that'll allow you to be able to get there. I haven't done the math on that, by the way, but you get the idea. So that's the next event, August convention, Red Rock. And then, of course, I want to remind everybody that there is a trip that's coming up in May, and you can qualify for this vacation to Puerto Vallarta. Summer and I went to Puerto Vallarta on our honeymoon 19 years ago. And I just remember being beautiful. I remember, there's all kinds of killer excursions, tropical, beautiful, beautiful resort. I think they're going there for 4 days or 5 days. So you can earn parts of the trip or all of the trip based on your activity and actions. I'll post the link to, or Sean or somebody, if you wouldn't mind posting the link if you have it in the chat box here today. But you can go in and see where those points come from. And Lance just told me that they're going to be updating those points this week so they can get an accurate count of where you are if you're tracking. But it has to do with your own personal advancements, helping team members advance, sponsoring people, all those different activities give you an opportunity to be able to qualify. So again, another event that I think the Crypto Club definitely needs to show up and dominate. So with that, what I want to do today is I just want to get into some basics. I want to talk about, some simple strategies to go out and explode your business and really, rock this thing. And, first and foremost, whenever I launch a business or whenever I get started in any business, for me personally, I always set some goals. Okay. So the first thing that I do is I always just set some goals. For me personally, and by the way, my goals don't need to be your goals. Okay. Everybody's goals are different. It could be a goal just to get into the habit of contacting one person a day. And if that's a goal for you, that's cool. Like the cool thing about network marketing is we're all at different places, but we're all going to the same place. So one thing that I want you guys to, I want you to remember this and I want you to hear this. First of all, every overnight success has a backstory. Okay. Every overnight success has a backstory. So, I could come into this company and I could hit a high rank in this company in my first month. And you know what? The company will be like, ooh, look at, Travis or Sean or Richie, or they hit this rank in the first month. But know that overnight success has 15 years in the making. So I want you to never compare yourself to nobody else in this company. Okay? Never, ever, ever. It's the worst thing that you can do. Never compare yourself to anybody else. The only person that you're going to compare yourself to is yourself. And on that note, am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. So is that a deal? Do you guys all, is that a deal? Is everybody like, I'm a pinky promise, you'll never compare yourself to anybody else. Okay, good. I want to make sure. So you need to set some goals. For me personally, my goals were focused around like the first month for me. I wanted to create a story. Like that was my goal. But I want you to know that dreams are also just wishes until they're written down. So you have to write your goals down and you need to put them somewhere that they're visible, they're in front of you. You also need to share them with your upline and your mentors and the people that you're working closely with. Because if you don't tell anyone about it, you don't really write it down. Is it really, is it just kind of a mere wish at that point, right? So for me, I want you guys to know that I set some goals for the first 30 days and those goals were pretty lofty. My first 30 days, I've never done this before, but I wanted to sponsor 50 people. I know that's a huge goal. I've been in this industry for a while, so I set a pretty big goal for myself. I'm happy to report that I didn't quite hit this goal. I am at 43 people. I've sponsored 43 people in 30 days. So even though I set that goal at 50, I shot for the moon. I still hit the stars. Do you think that I'm disappointed? No. I'm actually pretty excited about that. So you need to set a goal for yourself. If you're brand new, that's the first thing that you need to do is what do you want to, what's your goals? It could be, I'll just give you some different examples. So it might be that you want to hit guaranteed generator. Guaranteed generator just simply means that there's you and you've gone out and you've attracted 3 people to your business in the first month and now you're getting a product credit and you're now getting that Crypto Edge or Crypto One for free. Okay? It's a good goal. That's a good goal, right? Get your product for free. Hit guaranteed generator. And that should be the goal that every one of you, if you're not there yet, that should be your number one focus. If you want to climb Mount Everest, which is a huge feat, huge, accomplishment, there's only one way to do it, and it's one step at a time. So you need to know what that first step is. And that first step is guaranteed generator. So it might be guaranteed generator. It might be just getting yourself into, that habit of standing. I call it standing. Mike Blair sent me a message on Thursday or Friday. And Mike Blair said, I'm standing today, Travis. I worked all day, came home, and I only had an hour before the event, and I've been sending out invitations like crazy, and I have I think there's 1 or 2 people that are confirmed for the event. Standing simply means that you've made the commitment to at least, before you go to bed, reach out to and invite one person to take a look at your business in some form or fashion somehow. And the first thing that you need to get into the habit of is just standing every day. If one of your upline leaders reaches out to you and just says, hey, DeMarcus, you standing today? And then you get that text message, you know what that means. So set some goals for yourself. Maybe it's just standing. Maybe it's sponsorship goals. Maybe it's to go sponsor, 5 people this month. But here's what you have to understand. When you set a goal, it's kind of like entering in a destination in your Garmin or your MapQuest or whatever you use. When you put a goal up, the roadmap begins to appear, right? And I always say you wouldn't wake up in the morning and grab your car keys without knowing where you're headed, but that's how most people live their lives. And so it's very important that you have a very specific target and a very, very specific goal that you're going for. So if I want to go sponsor 5 people, I can't just go talk to 5 people, right? It's not going to work. If my goal is to sponsor 5 people this month, then that means I probably need to go talk to a minimum of 50 people this month. So you need to make sure that your goals, your actions, they are consistent with what your goals are. So that's the first thing, is you need to set some goals. Encourage everybody, if you haven't done that yet, and if you need some help, get with your upline leaders and just ask them, like what is the first rank and how do I get there? You need to be really clear about what the volume is. We've got some trainings that are out there that you can watch about that, but definitely have a strategy session with your upline if you haven't done that yet, that just kind of goes through that process to understand what you need to do. For me, I'm always big on setting proper expectations. I want to set proper expectations for this group, for everybody in our community. In the beginning, you're going to do a lot of things that you don't get paid for. Okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. In the beginning, you're going to do a lot of things that you don't get paid for. Here's the good news. Down the road, you get paid for a lot of things that you don't do. It just takes time. That's network marketing. And it's the reason why a large majority of the people don't stick around here. I remember when I first got started in network marketing, I was like, I could make more money at McDonald's, Summer, than the money that I'm making right now. This was like 6, 7, 8 months in of like really working hard. And I got my check and I'm just like, seriously, I could go flip burgers and make more money than this. But the cool thing about network marketing is that there's this effort and reward curve. And then in the beginning, your effort's up here and the reward's down here. And then all of a sudden, it kind of starts to go like this. And it starts to go like this. And pretty soon, the reward starts to go up here, but your effort is down here. So it's important that you understand that. And I don't want us to ever oversell this opportunity. The number one reason people leave network marketing is because of people setting false expectations. I want you to write that down. The number one reason that people leave network marketing is because of people setting false expectations. Too much hype, too much overselling. Come on in, you're going to get rich quick. Get in now. All you got to do is take a position and you're going to go to the top of this thing because I'm going to build this huge business underneath you. Guys, that's all crap. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it. At the end of the day, this is a business and it requires hard work and smart work and dedication and commitment and consistency and perseverance. And I can go on and on. But here's the good news. It's so worth it. Like, it's so worth it, to be able to be home every single day with my family and my kids, and to have my little guy like run up and give me hugs when I'm doing presentations in front of you guys, which probably will happen because I can hear him just waking up right now. Like, that's worth it to me. So it's not going to be easy. Remember that saying, Mama said there'd be good days and bad days? Man, there's bad days in this business. Like, there's days that you really want to quit. There's days that you're just like, look, I'm done. Everybody that I put in, they haven't done anything. I'm quitting. But here's the cool thing. Somebody comes along that you don't even know. Sometimes it's not even somebody that you sponsor, but somebody that you maybe sponsored somebody into your business and they haven't done anything, and they introduce you to one person. And you know what? That one person, they become a Richie Hood. They become a Sean O'Neill. They become an Ian, or they become a Rick and Caroline Wisely. And all of a sudden, they just start to take off. And you're like, whoa, good to meet you. And you lock arms with them and you go run. So that's the cool thing. But what you have to decide to do today, once you've set some goals, is you really need to decide if you really want this, you need to launch your business. Okay? You need to launch your business. Amateurs join a business. Most people in network marketing join a business, but they never launch their business. Think about it. If we were to go launch a shoe store, I say shoe store because there's some girls that are on here, so I know that might be a fun store to own, right? But like, let's say it was like a restaurant or something like that. We would tell everybody that we know. Like, we would want everybody in the world to know, hey, look, I am starting this business and I want you to come and check it out. Like, my wife was invited a couple nights ago. She was invited to a boutique that was just launching. And her cousin is working at this boutique. And her cousin, who's just even working there, it's not even hers, invited all of our family to go to this boutique. Now, she didn't make it because I happened to be the night. By the way, side note real quick, for every one of you guys that reached out about Savannah, thank you very much. She's cool. She's good. That was a really scary moment the other day. My wife was literally on the way out to that boutique when she got in an accident. And I've never been in a situation like that before when I was in the middle of a webinar. So appreciate the family reaching out, all of you guys, and just your kind words and your prayers. So wanted to say that. But back to the point. So the point is, she invited everybody that she knows to this boutique, and it wasn't even her store. So this is your business. Guys, this is your business. Like, this is a business that you plan on building, using as a vehicle to get you to your financial freedom day. So you have to understand that. So you've got to launch your business right away. Let people know what you're doing. Ask them to come support you in your business. How do I ask people to come support me? Listen, I'm doing a webinar with my business partners on Monday night. And you know what? I've recently got involved in cryptocurrency, and I'm asking my friends and my family to come and support me. And just listen. Listen to what I'm doing, Richie. It doesn't matter if you choose to get involved or not, but it matters that you at least take a look. You know why? Because you're my friend. And the last thing that I want, DeMarcus, is for you to come back a year from now and go, yo, Travis, why didn't you tell me about this when it was happening? So listen, Ryan, I'm asking for your support. As a friend, will you just hop on and listen and let me know what you think? Guys, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You get comfortable with that, because people ask for favors all the time. You're not asking for them to pull out their checkbook and write you a fine. All we're doing is educating and informing. That's your job as a network marketing. Your job is to let people know what you're up to, and then for those that want more information, we educate and inform. That's it. That's all we're doing. So once you've enrolled, you've got to launch your business. For me, that meant that I needed to make a names list, a new names list. And I know, listen, everybody always says to me, well, look, I was in another deal before this. I was in another one before that. Like, I'm part of the NFL club. No friends left. I got no friends left. But here's what you have to understand. You're projecting that on yourself, because the people that are out there in the world, their situations are constantly changing. And maybe, you know, your super duper vitamin that makes you lose 10 years off of your life was not something that resonated with them. But guess what? Now, the ability to be able to put money into something that's going to be able to help build a wealth plan for them, that's a different story. So what you have to understand is you've got to marry the process and divorce the results. Marry the process, divorce the results. At the end of the day, all you can do is invite people to take a look at what you're doing. For those that want more information, educate and inform. But you got to get out of your own head. You got to get out of your own head. So for me, it's make a names list. I don't prejudge anybody. I don't say, oh, I talked to them 6 months ago about another business that I was in. I talked to them a year ago and they weren't interested, so I'm not going to talk to them. Oh, definitely my family. What would they think of me? No. I separate myself from the emotion completely, and I make it. Do you guys realize that there was a study that was done, and the average person knows 4,000 people? The average person knows 4,000 people, but they have a hard time coming up with a list of 100. That's a belief issue. Because if you truly believe that this was the opportunity that was going to take you from where you are to where it is that you want to go to the promised land, you would tell everybody you know about it enthusiastically. You wouldn't hesitate. You'd be on the phones going, man, I have got to let you know, Ryan, what is going on right now. Listen, I can't let another day go by, Mike, before you and I connect, because you have to know what's happening right now. You see, we're in the business of enthusiasm, contagious enthusiasm. Listen, Randy, we have got to talk like in the next 24 hours. I have something that is so important to share with you. When can we have a cup of coffee? Caroline, listen, you know how much I value our relationship. And I would be remiss if I did not reach out to you about what I'm working on right now. I literally would, I don't want you to be upset with me a year from now if we don't come together and at least I give you an opportunity to see what's happening. Do you guys see do you feel the urgency? Do you feel the belief? You've got to get yourself to that point. We don't accomplish what we want. We accomplish what we believe. We don't accomplish what we want. We accomplish what we believe. So you got to start programming your mind every day, telling yourself that this is the vehicle. This isn't I'm going to try and see how it feels. This is, I hope this works out. No, you got to start using the language today. The language of leadership I'm telling you, the language of leadership is the art of communication. You've got to start, and the person you've got to be communicate with the most is yourself the right way. I am going to be successful here. I am going to make it to the top of this comp plan. I am going to be able to retire because of this company. You need to be programming yourself every single day, because the more you believe it, the more excited you're going to get, and the more you're going to be able to tell everybody else. So I made a names list with everybody on there. I haven't even gotten through 20% of it yet, because I'm just so busy. But every time I put people in process, I get busy because people are really interested in this conversation. So now, so the key is launch your business. The first 30 days sets the momentum. I said earlier that I wanted to create a story for my business. I knew that if I went out and I rocked it, like I went all in, I'm talking about burning white hot, deep desire, like just at the core, I went all in. I went after this. No hold back. No, just kind of, I'll casually put a post up on Facebook every couple days. I'll mention it to people at lunch. No. Like I'm talking about truly launch your business. If I knew that if I did that for 30 days, do you know what would happen? I would create so much energy and excitement and curiosity about what I was doing that people would come from. Here's one of my favorite quotes. People came from shine with belief and people will come from miles just to catch a glimpse. Shine bright with belief and people will come from miles just to catch a glimpse. I did a live today. It's my first live that I've done on cryptocurrency. Do you know why I waited about a month? Because I wanted to create so much excitement about what I was doing that when I finally did go live, there was so much curiosity out there. You watch. That live, people are going to be watching it now because people are curious because of what we accomplished in the first 30 days. So for me, it was about going out and making it happen, taking the weekends on. Sometimes it's not fun to work on them. I'd rather go to a spring training game today. But you know what? I'm launching my business right now. Like for me, this is my retirement plan, you guys. Like I plan on being done in 3 to 4 years. I'm just letting you notify you all right now. In like 3 to 4 years, I'm going to be on an island somewhere. I'm going to be hanging out in like the Cayman Islands. I'm going to be, I'm going to have my boat there. I'll probably have a nice little, house, hacienda. You're all invited. All of you guys, but that's where I'm going to be. And you know why? I'm going to be there because of this. You couldn't convince me otherwise. Like, I know it. So that's my plan. So I have to work today to be able to make that happen. I don't know of any other vehicle in the world that will allow you to put yourself into a position within the next 3 to 4 years that you could be done. You could be completely done. Think about 3 years ago, how fast that time went by. I don't know of any other vehicle that'll let you do that. Okay, so now you've enrolled, you've made a names list. What are you going to do? You're going to start reaching out to those people. And you know what? You can do it in a couple of different ways. You can do it in person. This is a conversation that is just easy to have with people. Hey, Richie, have you heard about cryptocurrency? You doing anything with Bitcoin? Do you know anything about crypto mining? That's okay. I didn't either 6 months ago. But you know what? I've recently gotten involved with it, and I'm super excited about it. I'm getting these daily deposits of Ethereum, and it's kind of keeping me up at night. Because for those of you that are mining, just tell me this. I want you to raise your hand or drop your favorite emoji in the chat box if you agree with me. Is it not the coolest thing in the world when you get your little bit of Ethereum every day in your wallet? Is it not? Like, come on. Like, just tell me it's not like, is it not the coolest thing in the world? Every day, it's just like you get this little notification. Another little bit more Ethereum that's in your wallet. Every single, like, is it not cool? It's the coolest thing in the world. And it's also the best recruiting tool in the world. You can raise your hand. I don't know why the chats are not working, but maybe it is. So anyways, if you don't have a mining contract, be a product of the product. Go start, even if it's $500, go start a mining contract because it's the best recruiting tool that I have. The best recruiting tool that I have. So for me, in person, I'm just starting conversations. And you know what I do? Once they're like, the conversation usually goes the same way most of the time. You know what? I've heard of Bitcoin, don't know that much about it. What do you know about crypto mining? Not much at all. Well, listen, I understand how you feel, right? Just use feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but let me tell you what I found. Since I've started learning more, I'm so excited about the future. Now, here's the deal. You know what? I was just on Saturday morning, I was on a webinar where there was an expert that was talking about cryptocurrency, and he was talking about all the different ways people are making money. It was so informative. You know what? In fact, I have the link to it. If I sent you the link, Ryan, would you be willing to take a look at it and let me know what you think? I'd love to get your opinion on it. Do you see? So again, all you're doing is you're using it as an educational tool. That's all you're sharing. So you could do that in person. Do that at work. Do it when you're at lunch with people. Do it when you're at your barbecue with your family this weekend. Hey, what do you know about cryptocurrency? You doing anything in you making any money in cryptocurrency right now? Listen, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but let me tell you what, even if they say, wow, too volatile, I've heard negative things, blah, blah, blah. So, you know what? I totally understand how you feel. I used to feel the same way. I was a skeptic, but I don't know. Now that I've started researching and learning, I got to tell you that I'm a believer. Like I was on this webinar the other day, and man, it was very informative, and they talked about this and where it started and where it's going and the people that are involved. And in fact, I'd love to get your opinion on it. I'd love to get your opinion. If I send it to you, would you watch it? Let me know what you think. So in person, bring it up in conversations by asking questions. Okay. The next one is texting. You could accomplish so much if you just literally sat down for an hour today with your list. And by the way, I know some of you, I'm talking to you right now, some of you have not made your list yet still. You've been in it, but you've not sat down and actually made your list. And when I say made your list, I'm talking about going through social media, your contact list on Facebook, Outlook, in your phone, A to Z, and made a list. And then highlighted the top 20 people that you want to reach out to first. Some of you haven't done that yet. That's like the first step in being successful here. But once you have that list, you could accomplish so much in the next hour. If you said, okay, for the next hour, all I'm going to do is text my friends. Hey, Sean, what are you up to? How's life treating you? Hey, listen, as you may know, I recently got involved in cryptocurrency. Super excited about these daily deposits that I'm getting. Would love the opportunity to be able to share with you what I'm doing and just get your opinion. If I sent over a 4-minute video, would you be willing to watch it? Let me know what you think. I put some scripts up. I actually used some scripts that worked. I had two people on one day, 3 people on the next day, confirm and get on the meetings based on just my texting. And I shared those scripts with you guys in our Telegram chat. So if you're in Telegram, scroll up a little bit and you can get the verbiage that I used. I also shared those on our Facebook group. So you could accomplish, again, remember, your objective is not to close them on a $5,000 mining contract. It's just to get them to the first exposure tool. And from there, you have a conversation, and what's the objective? Get them to the next exposure tool. So if I send them to a 4-minute video, what's my objective after that when I follow up? To get them to watch the full overview. And if they've watched the full overview, what's my objective? Get them on a Zoom. Let's answer their questions. Let's go through the rewards plan. So text messaging. And then finally, Facebook Messenger is such a powerful tool. Like you guys have heard me say this. I'm like a Facebook Messenger ninja. I was before this morning, like 7:30 in the morning. I was talking to somebody in the Philippines. Facebook Messenger. It's a great way to connect with people. Now, I don't spam people that I don't know. It's like if I had somebody I've never talked to, first thing I'm not going to do is be like, hey, good morning, happy Saturday. Do you want to join my cryptocurrency business? Like that's not going to probably work very well, right? So I'm going to express interest in them, get to know them a little bit, focus on the relationship a little bit. Hey, it's good to connect with you. See, we're connected on Facebook. We never really had a dialogue before. I thought I'd just introduce myself. My name's Travis. Family man, big family, live in Arizona. What can you tell me about you? And just wait for them to respond. And then you know what? We have some dialogue and conversation, see where it goes. And then may I go over to their page and like their page. And then you know what? A couple days later, I might pop them again. Hey, man, just wanted to touch base. Let me ask you a question. You doing anything in the cryptocurrency space right now? Or people that I've been connected with, like, people that I went to, you could go through your whole high school, just pull out your high school reunion yearbook thing, right? Not reunion, your yearbook. Start with the A's. Go through, hey, Sean, you may not remember me, but we went to high school together. You know what? I just wanted to introduce myself, connect or reconnect with you. What have you been up to? What's new? What are you up to these days? Gosh, it's been, I don't know, Sean, what's it been? 20 years, 15 years since we've gone to high school together? Dude, what are you up to now? Hey, listen, you doing anything in the cryptocurrency markets? Listen, oh, well, hey, and then we have a conversation, right? So this is how but the key is you got to put people in process every day. You got to put people in process every day. Consistency, it's not rocket science. It's just a commitment. The thing is everybody thinks that you got to be brilliant or amazing in this business to be successful. You don't. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the most skilled person, presenter, none of that. You just got to make a commitment and be consistent with it. Right? Because once you're consistent, I call them the 3 C's. These are the 3 C's. Right? The first one comes from consistency. This is the most important thing in your entire business. Once you have consistency, you start to gain confidence. Right? Think about what happens naturally when you're not comfortable with something. It's out of the norm for you. It's out of your comfort level. We tend to avoid it. And when we avoid things, we lose more and more confidence. We start to question ourselves, maybe even go into a state of depression. I read a statement once that said, if you're depressed, ask yourself, what is it that you're failing to do that you should be doing? Ooh, that's a powerful statement. And but what happens when you start to take action on something, even if it's uncomfortable for you? What happens is you start to gain a little bit of confidence, right? And eventually that confidence does what? It leads to competence. And the more and more you take action, the more competence you gain in your business. So it's all about just that consistent daily activity, that daily action over and over again. So make your names list and just start going and start hammering out. But the first 30 days, I would challenge you. I wouldn't just start with 1 or 2 a day. Like I still try and get to at least 5 a day, but I'm so busy doing 3-way calls now and I have so many people in process. But my first month, it was like, I got to go put like 150 people and 200 people in process. 10 a day for me to reach the goals that I wanted to reach. Absolutely. Okay. And then, begin using social media consistently. You don't want to post every single post, by the way, about this business. Add value. Share articles that are educative and informative. Share your story. Hey, listen, this is where I've been. You know what? I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for 10, 15 years. And you know what, man, I got tired of being on the road. So you know what? I got involved in this little home-based business. And you know what? Ever since I did, man, this new world has opened up to me. I've got all these people that I'm surrounding myself with that dream bigger and think bigger. And I got to tell you, for the first time in my life, I'm optimistic about the fact that in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm going to be able to retire and do what I want to do in life. And things could have never been better. Just share a little bit of your story, the good and the bad. Don't just constantly say, hey, here's a webinar happening tonight. Hey, here's a webinar happening tonight. People will tune that out. Share your story. Let people in a little bit. Let people know who you are. Okay? Get registered for the event. Make a commitment to your business. Like, don't just say, we'll see if I go to August. No, like if you're truly going to make this a business and this is a success for you, like this, you plan on this, then you would be there in August. There's no questions and no exceptions. Like that's where you get that's like if I bought a McDonald's franchise, that's where I go get my education from McDonald's University. So make a commitment to yourself and to your business. Leaders are born at events. Go get registered. And then once you get registered, let everybody know that you're registered on your team. Okay? And remember that distraction is the destruction of your dream. There's so many things that are going to come into your life that will distract you from your dream. Drama, social media can be a huge distraction. Be very careful. By the way, I just got an inbox on my Facebook. Hey, Travis, just watched your Facebook Live. Want to chat about your business. Just popped up on my screen. See? Just little things like that. Putting yourself out there. But remember that the distraction is the destruction of your dreams. Be very, very careful where you're spending your time. Most of you guys probably are building this in your part-time or spare time. So you've got to be really, really honed in on how you're spending that time. Spending an hour surfing the news feeds on Facebook is not building your business. So be very, very careful of where you're spending your time. And, once you start putting people in process, here's the deal. The goal is to get you your 3 people, right? Well, how do you get those 3 people? I'll tell you. Okay, we're going to call it Project 24. Project 24 is very simple. 12 people, 12 friends and family members, and 12 people of influence. Okay, once you make your list, once you've made that names list, you're going to get 12 friends and family members that you're going to highlight, and 12 people that are influencers, the most influential people that you know, and you're going to reach out to them and you're going to invite them to take a look at this business. And by the way, if you need some guidance on contacting and inviting, we posted scripts, and I'll post them in the group as soon as we're done. The Eric Worre scripts, 8 steps to contacting and inviting. Every one of you guys should have those printed out and on your desk. They're gold. And they're in our Telegram. You can scroll up and find them, or we'll put them into the team page. Print them out, put them up in front of you, and just use them as a resource. Go to our Facebook page, the Crypto Club group, and look at the pinned post. Print out that script and put it in front of you. Just follow the scripts, you guys. Don't go out and try and reinvent the wheel. But if you go put 12 friends and family members and 12 people of influence, you'll find your 3. You will. You'll find your 3. I mean, I know you will. It's just a matter of doing it and following through, right? Not just putting them in process, but truly going the distance with them. Just because you put somebody in process doesn't mean they're going to come out and be like, oh, Richie, thanks for inviting me. I'm ready to join this business. You have to do a little bit of work, right? Like you guys have seen the baseball diamond analogy. Maybe you haven't. The first thing that I'm doing is when I first start out, my objective is just to get somebody on first base. It's not to try and sign. When I contact someone, I'm not trying to sell them or close them on my business. I know my role. I want you to write this down. Know your role. Your role is to get them to the next exposure. So in this first case, it's a 4-minute video. right? Hey, listen, Sean, I've got something I'm working on that you have got to take a look at. I want to send you a 4-minute video, and I would love to just get your opinion on it. If I send it over, will you watch it? Let me know what you think. He's going to say, yeah, I could do that in a text in 2 minutes, right? So now I've got him on first base. So now I got to get him to second base. I follow up with him. Hey, Sean, did you watch that video that I sent you? He says, yeah, I did. I said, listen, what did you like best? He says, it looks kind of interesting. So I couldn't agree with you more. Hey, Sean, let me ask you a question. You making more money than you can spend right now? Sean says, no, wish I was. Well, listen, are you open to making more money? Yes, always open to making more money. Cool. The reason why I asked is because I've recently got involved in this mining deal, and you know what? I'm getting these daily deposits. It's the coolest thing ever. There's a seminar tonight online. They're going to explain the cryptocurrency markets, how people are making money, and they're going to explain this mining side of things. I'd love to get your opinion on it. If I sent you the link, if I could add you to the guest list, would you be willing to watch it? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. I'll send you the link about an hour before, Sean. Why do I wait until an hour before? Because I want to give them a reminder. So I send them the link an hour before. I make a list throughout my day of who I've got committed to that webinar. And then an hour before, I send out my links to everybody. Hey, just a reminder, 60 minutes, presentation starting. Here's the link. Okay? Then what do? I follow up again. Hey, listen, Sean, did you watch that presentation I sent you? Yeah, hey, cool. Well, listen, the people that I'm talking to fall into one of 3 categories. They want to get involved in the education and start learning. Or they want to start mining and put some money into a mining contract. Or they want to get involved on the business side and go make some money with us. Which one are you? Are you a 1, 2, or 3? Well, I've got some questions. Cool. Listen, why don't we do this? Why don't we hop on a Zoom later on this afternoon? I'm going to get my business partner Travis on the line, or my business partner Richie on the line. He's been doing this a little bit longer than I have. And we'll talk shop. We'll make sure your questions are answered. We'll show you what we're doing to build the business. That sound good to you? So you got to do the work. You got to do the work. Fortune is in the follow-up. You got to move them around the bases. Got to do the work. I think we're getting close to the end here. So I could keep going, but at the end of the day, your daily method of operation is going to determine if you're successful or if you fail, you guys. That's it. It's your daily number. Your daily number represents your contacts each day. And that is ultimately going to determine your success or your failure. Believe it or not, it's not your skill sets. It's just the consistency. Your skill sets will evolve. And I also want you to know that personal development is everything. It's everything. Your greatest gift is your thinking. That is your greatest gift, is your thinking. Our mind is a sponge. Whatever we surround ourselves with grows. I'm so proud of you guys. I mean, look, we've only got, I know it's Saturday morning and it's early, but there's only 25 people on here. We should have 100 people on here. Right? It's all about commitment. And I know there's some people that couldn't make it and they have soccer and those type of things and they'll watch the replay. And if you're catching or watching this on a replay, type replay in the bottom. Why? Because you want your team to know that you're plugged in. Why? Because if people do what they see, not what they're told. But remember that whatever we surround ourselves with will grow. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. And you can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. So remember that the conscious mind is the captain of your vessel. And what we interpret is different for all of us. So we have the ability to be able to create our own realities. So you got to get excited. Like, get excited. Enthusiasm is the least expensive cosmetic on the planet. Some of you say, I'm excited. Well, you might want to let your face know, right? Like, get excited. Get excited about what we're doing here. Because this is, I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up. I woke up on Saturday morning. I was up late. We were watching a movie last night by the way, I watched a great movie with Tom Hanks last night, the Press movie, phenomenal movie. We watched that. And so I was up late and I got up this morning and I didn't care I didn't get that much sleep. I was super excited. Doing that presentation this morning, I love what we're doing right now. And what you need to understand is there's really only 2 objections from your prospects. It's a limited belief in themselves, which means they're, and it'll usually come out by them saying, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm not interested in those things, right? That's really saying, I don't know if I could be successful in this environment. And or a limiting belief in network marketing. And it's our job to help educate them to see what it is that we do. And how do we show them? With our actions. Because people will go, oh, Ryan, I could do that. I mean, if all you're saying is I got to just send a text message to invite somebody to watch a 4-minute video, yeah, I could do that. And for people that want more information, just plug them into a presentation. Well, yeah, I could do that. And then if people have questions, just introduce them to you. Well, yeah, I could do that. Okay, cool. What did I just do? I built the belief through my actions. I built belief in that person, that prospect who's saying, well, yeah, I could do this. So now the belief is no longer I couldn't succeed in this environment. So that's really what it comes down to. So in short, 3 things you need to learn to be successful in network marketing. We ask questions, we listen, and we tell stories. That's it. That's it. And if you guys are looking for some books to read, here's a couple of books. Okay, write these down if you haven't read them yet. Beach Money by Jordan Adler. He actually is coming out. I think he just released Beach Money too. If it's not out yet, it will be in the next week or so. But Beach Money, phenomenal book, great resource, great tools. GoPro should be everybody's Bible, should be on your desk, and you should be, referring to it from time to time. Those are the scripts that I was talking about earlier. GoPro, you can order it on Amazon for like $7. 4-Year Career is another one that is Richard Brooke wrote. That's a great book. My first year in, my first million in network marketing, or my first year in network marketing. You can Google it, you can find it. So those are all some books that you can read to start educating yourself in this area. And then some personal development books, things like Joel Osteen, I Am, listening to him, listening to Jim Rohn, those type of things. If you come across a good talk or video, share it in our group. That's the other thing. Want more engagement in the group. This is a team. This is a family. This is a community. If somebody gets introduced to the team, welcome them. Like, get on there. And a lot of you guys do this, but get on there and welcome them. Plug in a little bit, communicate. Like, this is we move together, we succeed together, we win together, we celebrate each other's achievements. When community and culture align, that's when momentum occurs. That's why we need you on the webinars at night. I know that it's me and my same boring voice, and you've heard it over and over again. We're going to get you some new presenters, I promise you, very soon. But we still need you. Why are you laughing, Sean? Look at Sean's laughing. No. We need you guys. So we need that community. If we're gonna, that's truly what's going to build this to the next level. Is we create such a strong family, community, and culture with Crypto Club that everybody wants to be a part of it, and each and every one of you you can add value to the team that way. Cool. So with that, I'm gonna give you guys the last minute or two. Anybody have any final thoughts or anything they want to share? Anything exciting? Anything that stood out to them today that they want to just touch on? I'm going to give anybody that wants to just share any final thoughts or excitement or anything, feel free to hop on. I heard somebody unmute.
I'd love to share, Travis. This is my 3rd circus, or my 3rd rodeo, as you would say, and the best yet, because I've worked with a lot of great people, learned a lot of how to be and how not to be in a company and how to conduct yourself. I feel very blessed to be partnered with you and everyone here. And I have to say that, it's actually an honor to be personally sponsored by you. And I do it on a part-time basis until I can retire this year. And I'm doing my very best. It's like you say, it's working on that mindset. Because whatever you tell yourself is the truth, because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction. So we have to remember that, guys and girls, every day. Just the number one person you have to work on is yourself, and that powerful mind, because it's powerful and it will believe what you tell it. So thanks very much. And you are not boring to listen to. I could listen to you all day long. And I remember, I think Sean or Richie typed this in a chat about a month ago. They said, if Travis told me to jump off the bridge, I would. So it's just about really following the true authentic leader that we have. There's a lot of people out there that they tell you they love you and they support you, but you soon learn that friendship was more of a commissionship.
Commissionship, I love that. Hey guys, look at this picture. Chances of success. I won't, 0%. I can't, 10%. I don't know how, 20% chance. I wish I could, 30% chance. 40% I want to. Get a 50% chance if you're thinking, I think I might. 60% chance I might. 70% chance I think I can. 80% I can. 90% I am. 100% I did. Think about that and ask yourself, where are you on this spectrum right now? And what do you need to do to get your belief system to that next level? That's a powerful, powerful, powerful image right there. Anybody else have any final thoughts they want to share? Got time for a couple more. Anybody else? Anything exciting?
Mike, this is my 3rd rodeo as well. And it keeps getting better every time that, with every evolution of where we're going. And the reason I'm in this 3rd rodeo is the same reason I was in my 2nd rodeo, and that is the guy who's been talking to us for the last hour. And Travis, I'm proud to partner up with you in this. One thing I will say is that we all get our list out and we'll make it, but doing the action is the hardest thing. And sometimes it's just, you know, it's getting past the fear of rejection or the no or whatever that is. And I will tell you, if you will just do it, that's the hardest thing. But if you can just get past the first few, the rest come easy. And you know, that's where we're at right here at the very beginning. Like Travis said, we need to let our face and our energy and our mouth and our vocal, everything show how excited we are. I get very analytical in my head and those kind of things, and Travis has to talk me out of it from time to time. But you know, we've got something really, really special here. And like Travis said, you know, what is your 3 to 5 year plan look like? Mine looks like similar to Travis. We were talking about that the other day, having houses next to each other on the beach. And I truly believe this is a vehicle that's going to allow that to happen. And, you know, if we approach it knowing where we're going, we're going to get there a whole lot quicker than just going through the motions without a plan. And so figure out why you're doing this, get really laser focused on it. I have the things, I've got a vision board in one room so that we get to see it everywhere. I've got things sitting here right in front of my desk where I'm sitting working that remind me every day of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And anyway, let's just go out and do it.
Awesome. All right, guys, on that note, last thing that I ask of you is I want to try and get the numbers up and the people that are not on this webinar, we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to watch the replay. So the one thing that I think will help do that is if each and every one of you at the end of this presentation, go make a comment into the chat group on Telegram and or in our team page about the importance of watching today's training, just so that we can create, again, that excitement and that enthusiasm for those that did not get a chance to watch this. And if you're catching the replay, once you get done watching it, if you would leave a little comment just for the rest of the team, just to express the value, I'll put it on YouTube. And it helps if you leave a comment both in those groups and on the YouTube video itself. Click like and always leave a comment whenever one of those YouTube videos goes up as well. So why? Because when future prospects that you share these video with look at it and they see the excitement and the enthusiasm of the team, you know, that's contagious. So that's part of the little things that, you know, when you're part of a group and a community that we all can do to lift each other up. So thanks so much for being here today, guys. Have a great weekend. And with that, let's go dream big. Let's work hard. Let's go change some lives. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys soon.